even more to secure our economic future and return to the forefront of global commerce. My opponent has rewarded companies that ship jobs overseas, and even said he thinks our economy should operate more like Hong Kong, where he lived and worked as a banker for a year. But I believe this approach is fundamentally backwards. That's why, in addition to job creation, I'm also pushing to provide support for emerging technologies that can propel us into a more secure economic future. This means investing in manufacturing here at home, so we can hear the words, "Made in America." I was proud to support a bill that would create 78,000 new energy jobs right here in Pennsylvania. Invest in the manufacturing sector and help make industry as important to our future as it has been to our past. Today, China is leading the world in the development of new energy technology. As a result, they're creating 100,000 jobs a year as we slip further and further behind. My opponent even wants to accelerate this process for China, giving tax breaks to companies that ship jobs overseas and declaring that illegal Chinese export subsidies should be viewed as a gift for American consumers, even though they cost jobs and undermine our security here at home. He calls it creative destruction. It takes 400 tons of steel to make one wind turbine, and every ton of steel we should be producing right here in Pennsylvania. This is unacceptable. I don't want to see another Pennsylvania job shipped overseas because of these reckless policies Congressman Toomey has pursued. I want to make the right investments in new technology, so before long you'll be able to go to Coatesville, to the steel mill where my grandfather worked many years ago as he immigrated with my father to this country, and find multiple ships working overtime to meet demand rather than a facility that's operating at reduced capacity as it is today. We can't afford more of the Toomey team. Investing in new energy technology will also help reduce our dependence on foreign oil, an issue that directly impacts national security in ways I understand all too well. During the Iran, to make sure our supply was never threatened. But in a time of crisis, those countries in the Middle East that sell us their oil could simply turn off the spigot, and then we'd have nowhere to turn. This brings me to my final point. Because the fact is that job creation and investments in new technology won't alone restore our domestic strength or our national security. They're absolutely vital, and that's why they're at the heart of my campaign. But if we hope to secure lasting prosperity for ourselves and our children, then we also need to focus on creating the skilled workforce we need for the future through education and job training programs. When I commanded the aircraft carrier battle group off Afghanistan, you needed at least an associate's degree to attain the rank of Senior Chief Petty Officer. That wasn't true when I joined back in the Vietnam War. We valued education so much. But in the military, just like the economy as a whole, competition keeps getting more and more fierce, and higher qualifications are needed just to get a foot in the door, or to have knowledgeable warriors to best kick down that door. That's why it's vital to invest in the education programs from Head Start to Pell Grants that will allow the next generation to obtain the training they need for the jobs of tomorrow. My opponent's rigid mindset has driven him to stand against these initiatives time and time, unfortunately, time again. He even voted to slash $3 billion from the education budget. But I have consistently fought to expand and improve upon these programs because I know that education and job training have a significant impact on the shape and the strength of our workforce. For example, Acker Shipyard in Philadelphia, where my father worked when it was the Philadelphia Navy Shipyard, has 180 welders from outside Pennsylvania. That's because we don't have enough skilled artisans who have mastered the complex computer technology that's involved in welding ships today. But if we create jobs and invest in education, especially science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, we can help secure prosperity for the next generation and many generations to come, starting right here in Pennsylvania. The very foundation of our national security strategy, and at the heart of the Senate election in November. We cannot project strength abroad unless we are strong at home first. The way our leaders address these questions will have a direct impact on our lives here in Pennsylvania. But they could also have far-reaching effects on our standing in the world, our ability to confront new challenges, and our power to defeat those who threaten us. That's what I learned in our military. And that's what I want to bring to serving you, Pennsylvanians, in the U.S. Senate. National security unquestionably begins at home. But from our approach in Afghanistan to the way we utilize our military, to the need for a new era of engagement around the world, at every level, our national security depends on strong, practical leadership. This is a time for problem solvers, not blind ideologues. This is a time for courageous leadership that relies upon every available resource to find practical solutions. Similarly, we must rely on all aspects of our power, not just military might, to keep this country not just safe, but also secure. That is our task. John F. Kennedy said it well. The hour is late, but the agenda is long. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'd be happy starting with the press if there was a couple questions.